Well, welcome and thank you for joining me again. It is a beautiful day up here in Canada. Not many chemtrails out there this morning. The sun's actually shining. This is Prophet Evangelist Scott David Shute. And, to get things started, I think I want to just qualify why I continue to say what my ministry is. Well, it's because Paul did the same thing. Every time you read one of Paul's books, he made it very clear who he was, and it wasn't to brag. God put enough stuff on him to keep him down, but if you read Paul's writings, he continued to say, Paul, an apostle, neither called by man nor sent by man. My ministry for 30 years has been that of an evangelist, and for the last 10 years, God has, through revelation, changed it to that of a prophet. Do I like it? Well, let me tell you something, boys and girls. It's not exactly what I would have chose, but I feel in the fear of God that I need to stand up and let the bell ring loud and clear. Now, does that mean that I run around and give a word of knowledge to people? Absolutely no. My ministry is to minister for the Lord and as the Lord leads me. And what I'm going to deal with today, there's just a lot of stuff. I just got off the road after 4.5 years through 22 countries on a one-way ticket going wherever the Lord led me, through jungles, the North Pole, through 4.5 years of absolute hardship, but winning a lot of people to Jesus. So when I got off the road, I ended up here in Canada after walking and hitchhiking the last 35,000 kilometers, a grand total of, miles around the world 2.5 times. Well, I slid in here, and I had to slow down some because those 2 brain growths that I had operated on, they were giving me trouble, and it turned I found out that 2 weeks ago that I have a brain tumor to keep those other 2 growths company up there. So I'm trying to get as much done as I can in the time that I've got. Now, I'll tell you right up front, right now I'm going to deal with the book of Revelation with end time. I've spent God knows how many hours reading the book of Revelation, studying it over 42 years, and how many hours I've spent walking the beaches of Scala and Patmos on at least 4 or 5 trips over there, just asking God for revelation, not believing that it's like some idiot prophets that say that the heavens are open in certain places on the planet. It's absolutely ridiculous. It's not a holy place. It's just where John wrote the book of Revelation. And so I don't want to get off on any spiritual concoctions at all. But what I'm going to give you is a Cole's notes on a couple of things here in the book of Revelation just to get you going. I threw this at a brother up in Toronto the other day who's steeped into end time stuff and has just got himself totally buried, looking to put the pieces together. And for those of you that are out there looking to put the pieces together of the book of Revelation, let me throw a couple of things at you that I think will help you out. But again, this is just Cole's notes, okay? I'm going to deal with the section of the first 7 seals that were opened, then the trumpets, then I want to go hit a little bit on the vials, just to tie those together to show you exactly where we are on the planet right now. But again, it's Cole's notes version, okay? So I'm jumping in here in Revelation chapter 6. And I saw when the Lamb opened one of the seals, and I heard as it were the noise of thunder, and one of the 4 beasts saying, Come and see. And I saw, and behold, a white horse, and he that sat on him had a bow, and a crown was given unto him, and he went forth conquering and to conquer. That's all there is that's said about this white horse. This is the false Christ. This is the spirit of Antichrist. Now, how it manifested 2,000 years ago when John wrote and said, there's spirit of Antichrist is among us. It was among them back then, and it's been among us in the most recent last couple of 100 years where it's really manifested, has been through the Catholic Church, where they have been responsible for the slaughter of over 100 million Christians. Wake up, you that are in the Antichrist, anti-God Catholic Church. Get out. It's Antichrist. Get out of it. If you got saved, get out. Don't ride that horse. That pony's going to hell. Second seal. And when he had opened the second seal, I heard the second beast say, Come and see. And there went out another horse that was red. And power was given to him that sat thereon to take peace from the earth. And there should kill one another. And there was given unto him a great sword. What under the color of red has been responsible for the slaughter of over 100 million people in the last 100 years? Communism. That's all I'm going to say about that. Stalin, Lenin, Mao Zedong, Pol Pot, and the hits just keep on rolling. The next horse, and when he had opened the third seal, I heard the third beast saying, "Come and see, and behold, a black horse, and he that sat in him had a pair of balance in his hand, and I heard a voice in the midst of the fourth beast saying, and a measure of wheat for a penny, and 3 measures of barley for a penny, and see thou hurt not the oil and the wine." This is banking. This is the opposite of communism, which is capitalism. And where this has manifested, where we can see it in the last less than 100 years, has been through the Rothschild, Antichrist, Luciferic financing of both sides of the First World War, Second World War, Vietnam, and going on the Third World War. It's all planned out. Pike put it all together in his Morals and Dogma, which if you haven't got a copy of it, don't get one. Read the King James Bible. Now here's where it really jumps into it, boys and girls. This fourth seal, and when he had opened the fourth seal, I heard the voice of the fourth beast say, "Come and see." And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and he that sat on him was death, and hell followed with him, and power was given unto him over the fourth part of the earth, to kill with a sword, with hunger, with death, and with the beasts of the earth. Now, I wondered about this horse for an awful long time. I thought, we're a pale horse. What color is pale? And some people thought it was a dapple color or gray. It's not. The King James Bible is the Word of God. So you can believe that that word is exactly what God wanted in there. Pale. Pale, the same word that we chloe in the Greek from which we get the word chlorophyll. So it kind of leans towards green. And some people say, well, they didn't want to put green in there because there's no green horses. No, they put pale in there because that's what it was. And then I kept thinking and thinking and thinking, and finally it hit me like a bolt of lightning. Pale is a part of the color spectrum. It runs from green to blue. Have you ever heard of pale red? Pale black? Pale orange? No. Pale blue? Pale green? Sure. It's that color spectrum, that part of the color wheel that runs from green to blue. And guess what runs from green to blue? The earth, from the water to the land. The last horse is globalism, okay? This is the New World Order's plan that they have in effect right now to kill 5 billion people on the earth with chemtrails, with N1H1, N1H5. In fact, this is amazing how accurate God got it when he said, and they would kill with a sword, with hunger, okay, with death, and with the beasts of the field. You know, I always thought that, oh, that's some archaic thing that, you know, how do you explain killing through the beasts of the field? It's very simple. Because when the Nazis, biochemists brought over some of their technologies and worked it through the CIA, NSA, got a hold of some test tubes over here. They've been playing with it. They took the N1H1, the Black Plague, dug up some people up north that were frozen, took that plague that killed millions of people in 1917. They took it back into the lab. They messed with it, and they came out with a bigger, better one. Because they had crazy supercomputers to work with, and now they have a new strain that, that has the capacity to bridge from swine and birds. It can now bridge to humans. Okay, so once this thing gets spread around the world, which they're in the process of doing, and all of your T1 cell count is way down because of the chemtrails, the barium salts that they're throwing up there to weaken you, and probably also to light up the skies so that they got the skies filled full of the right chemicals so that they can use HAARP to bring about Operation Bluebeam and the fake return of Jesus Christ. Boy, I'm saying enough stuff to get myself killed, so if I'm not around very soon, well, so be it. I've gone to be with Jesus. So that's the last horse, boys and girls. That's your global warming garbage. That's all the stuff, you know, save your cans, wash them out and put them out. Save the planet, save the planet, save the planet. Kill everybody, but save the planet. And so it just keeps on going on, you know, like that through the seals. And I want to jump over from there to the trumpets and go through the trumpets really fast, because then I want to tie one of these vials back together again to show you where we are. And again, this is just Cole's Notes stuff. I got 950 9:59. You know what? I better cut this off right now and make this part 1, and I'll be back in just a second, and we'll start part 2. So remember, God bless you. If you're walking with Him,